today I'm going to show you how to sow some seeds. If you like tomatoes and chilies, it's a good idea to start them off early in January, February, to give them a bit of a head start, because they need quite a long time in the UK to ripen and be ready for you to eat. So if you sow them early, you will be able to enjoy lots of tomatoes and chilies. I have some chili seeds here with really cool names. One is called Hot Chocolate and the other one is called Magic Mick. And then I've also got a yellow cherry tomato called Sun Gold. So I have some seed trays here and I have some compost. This is a peat-free compost and I'm just going to loosen it up a little bit so there's no big clumps in there, because you need to have a kind of even surface for the seeds, and also to get a little bit of air into the compost. And then I will fill this half tray with the compost. And the way you do it is you kind of overfill it quite a lot, like this. And then this, I don't actually know what this is officially called, but it's to tamp down the compost. But before you do that, you kind of strike it off like this and to the other side. It has exactly the right size, so you put it like this and then you press it down gently. And the reason for this is so you get a nice even surface for your seeds. It will help to get nice and good germination. So now I'll just take my gloves off because it will be easier to handle the seeds. So tomato and chili seeds have actually quite a similar size. Plants are from the same plant family, Solanaceae. And I just put these into my hand. I think that's probably about 20 or so seeds. I don't necessarily need to sow them all, but what I do is I just take a seed and put it on top of the compost, and I think I'm going to do maybe 4 in this sort of spacing. I just like doing this rather systematically instead of just scattering them, so you can see when they come up where they are, and you can also they have a little bit of, each seedling has a little bit of space to grow once they've come up. And so what I do is I just with my finger press them down really, really gently, like this. And then you need to cover them, but you mustn't cover them too much, because then they will struggle to actually, come up from underneath the soil, because they only have like a little supply of food within the seed. And so you don't want to cover them with a lot of compost. And also the compost that's on top can be rather loose and ideally quite fine. So what I'm going to do is I use this sieve and just sort of hold it quite high above the seed tray and just give it a bit of a sprinkle, and then clean this off a bit. And that's it really for the sowing. You would then need to water it, and because it's quite tricky to water with a watering can, you might just dislocate the seeds that you've just sown if the water splashes down on them. So ideally you would just stand the seed tray in another bigger tray of water and leave it in there for maybe half an hour. so the water sort of gets through the compost from the bottom. If you don't have a heated glass house, you could have them in your kitchen or in a room inside that's nice and warm. Obviously they will need light as soon as they come up, but before that you can just have them anywhere that's nice and warm. And you can also put one of these on top, so a bit of moisture stays in. That also helps the seeds to germinate. So seeds normally come up with sort of seed leaves, which are called cotyledons, and then they grow a bit more and they develop their first true leaves. And once they have that, they are big enough to handle, and you can then transplant them. Carefully take them out of this tray and have a pot, and then you plant your seedling into that to grow it on a bit. So it will grow a bit more, and then I would say if I sow them now, in March, April, they'll already be a decent size. Obviously that's too early to plant them or to have them outside, so you're gonna have to have them indoors for quite a while. I would say with tomatoes and chilies, you can only have them outside once all danger of frost has passed. You can then have them in pots. You can also, if you have a garden, plant them in the ground, depending on what they need is sun. And they need to be, I suppose, quite sheltered, so you get nice fruit. Once you've sown your seeds, you should label them, just so you don't forget what's in what tray, because most people sow several things at the same time. So I have some just plastic labels here, which we keep reusing. We just clean them and write on them again, and then I'm just going to write my chili variety. So I write chili, hot chocolate, and then that's just me. I just like writing the date on the back, 17th of January, and then you just stick that into your seed tray, and you will never forget what you sown.